In this dosage, former President Trump makes a half-degree evasive maneuver that takes him from a memorial t-shirt to the cover of a U.S. history textbook as he survives an assassination attempt. A popular TikTok couple is experiencing catastrophe as the popular TikTok boyfriend shoots his popular TikTok girlfriend and mother of his son. And 2024 NBA Finals MVP Jaylen Brown says that LeBron James Jr., aka Bronny James, is not a pro. Ingest and enjoy. What's going on, YouTube? You guys are tuning into the Q-Pill podcast, where I give my rawest reactions to the most controversial and trending political topics, dating and relationship phenomena, sports and entertainment, and social issues. Now, former President Trump out in Butler, PA this weekend faced an existential crisis as he was giving a speech, and next thing you know, shots rang out and he's grabbing at his ear and ducking down as about 300 yards out, there was a social outcast, a 20-year-old sniper who was attempting to take Donald Trump out. Now, the Secret Service had a delayed response, and many people are questioning why, but they ultimately ended up in a timely fashion eliminating the threat. Let's take a look at the video.
I see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hold. When you're ready, on you.
Ready?
Move.
Up.
Move. Go.
Guys here.
We ready? Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move?
We're clear.
Let's move. Let's move.
We're clear.
Let me get my shoes. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold on, your head is bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus.
Let me get my shoes.
Watch out.
Now, that's a badass way to go out. That was an extremely monumental moment in U.S. history. The fact that Donald Trump survived an assassination attempt, and as I said in the beginning, he's probably, that picture, that iconic picture of him holding up his fist, that's probably going to be the next cover on U.S. American history textbooks throughout schools all across the nation. That signifies strength, unity, perseverance. I gotta say, I was pretty impressed with the fact that he was still able to hold up his fist and fist pump, because as most people who get shot probably would respond in a way to where they ducking down, crying, panicking, may go into a state of shock. Hell, Joe Biden, if that was Joe Biden and it hit his ear, we know he probably would be deceased at this point, because he probably would have just turned to dust from the moment the bullet contacted a part of his anatomy. But there were a lot of people questioning why the shooter even got to the roof and was able to get a shot off to begin with, because there were people saying that they see a shooter and he was on the roof. They were alerting Secret Service to the presence of the shooter on the roof about 250 to 3 yards out, and they're wondering why the Secret Service didn't take him out. Now, I've heard things circulate in the web that, you know, it has to do with the protocol. If they were to take him out and he wasn't actually a threat, then they would have, you know, essentially eliminated an innocent human being. And that's not what they want to do. But if you ask me, it's a presidential rally. It is absolutely imperative that you take the necessary preventative measures so that it doesn't even get to the point to where one of your presidential candidates is being shot across the ear. It's just about being preventative. So I do agree with the masses in that the Secret Service should have been more proactive in their protocol, and they should have went on ahead and took the preventative measures in order to eliminate even the slightest possibility. Anytime you're at a government official hosted event and anyone is engaging in suspicious behavior or activity, that should immediately call for scrutiny. Whoever the police are, the Secret Service, whoever the surrounding authorities are immediately on the scene should be able to go and examine if this individual is actually a threat before they even get a chance to show that they're a threat, and then they have to be killed after the fact. Because what if he actually would have hit his mark? What if he actually would have hit Donald Trump? Then they would be under intense scrutiny, and probably everybody in that Secret Service would be fired by the next president. Because you can't, the circumstances are too intense for you to even take that risk. You see somebody who looks like a threat, appears to be a threat, are moving very suspiciously. You can't tell what they're doing, and they do things such as get on a roof, and people are alerting you saying, "We see the guy, he's on the roof." And let me just mention the people who were sounding the alarm that the guy was on the roof. They're the neighborhood watch people. This is why Karens exist. So y'all be thinking that these people be being racist. Now, in this case, the guy was white and he was only 20 years old, and they said he was a registered Republican. But this is why Karens exist. This is why the neighborhood watch exists. You know, black people, we like to complain that they come at us because we're black, when in reality they come at us because we're doing suspicious shit, and we know we're doing suspicious shit, but we just say that they're harassing us. So good job for the Karens out there who alerted the government officials, the Secret Service, to the guy on the roof. You know, it's unfortunate that they waited so late and waited till after he got a shot off to fire shots right back. But they did nonetheless. The threat was eliminated, and Donald Trump seems to still be in good spirits, as yesterday he showed up to, the GOP event, and he was fine. He was fine. So, but that is one scary ass occurrence, and if you ask me, they probably just exponentially increase Donald Trump's odds of winning the 2024 presidential election. And if he does win, we'll know that this occurrence had a lot to do with it. In other news, there was a popular TikTok couple that goes by the name of Dino and Zara, who are quite popular on TikTok. They're known for posting each other, interacting, I guess doing skits, and just showing the type of relationship that they have. And in reality, that relationship didn't turn out to be that loving or intimate, because the couple in numerous videos, and people have retrospectively went back and watched videos of them now that the guy has came out and shot his girlfriend after a heated exchange in a car last week. People have retrospectively went back to watch their videos and noticed that their interaction seemed a little off. He appeared to not like her, and they were right. Because there was a lot of tension in their videos, and there was a couple videos where even they would post after they got done arguing. You could see certain things in the videos, like him pushing her, or the way that he talked to her in an aggressive manner. You can tell that their relationship wasn't built on the most intimate foundation that relationships typically are built on, or how men typically interact with their women when they actually like their women, when they're not annoyed and irritated by their woman's presence. And they came out with a report after she was shot to explain who they were, and that they were indeed the popular TikTok couple that people were speculating them to be. And this is what they had to say. Boyfriend from popular TikTok duo arrested for allegedly shooting girlfriend in face after. North Texas man who racked up millions of views chronicling his relationship on TikTok faces charges. He shot his girlfriend in the head after 4th of July fireworks in Flower Mound, police said. Ladarius Brownlee, 28, of North Lake is accused of shooting Sadea Zariah Hashimi, 28, early Friday morning in the 1800 block of Flower Mound Road following an argument after they left Independence Day celebrations, a probable cause affidavit said. Brownlee and Hashimi made TikTok videos under the username Dino and Zara and have more than 150,000 followers on the platform. Their joint account was reported by the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. WFAA confirmed the account belongs to the couple through Brownlee's distinctive tattoos in his mugshot and his other social media platforms. The TikTok links to Hashimi's other social media accounts, which are listed under her name. The affidavit said Brownlee confessed to shooting Hashimi on a 911 call into investigators. It said the couple were involved in a heated argument as they were walking home from the Flower Mound 4th of July Independence Fest, which was held in Bakersfield Park. The fight turned physical, the affidavit said, and Brownlee ordered her into the back of the black 2024 Chevrolet Blazer SUV he was driving. The occupants of the vehicle relayed to officers that while driving away from the location, Hashimi and Brownlee continued arguing, the affidavit said. It said Brownlee stopped the SUV and pulled a 10-Glock firearm from the driver door pocket and shot Hashimi above her right eye. When officers arrived to the scene of the shooting Friday morning, they found her lying on the ground outside a stationary vehicle in the westbound lanes of traffic, police say. Hashimi was taken to Baylor Scott and White Medical Center in Grapevine with life-threatening injuries, according to a news release. A police spokesperson said Tuesday he did not have an update on her condition, but that she was likely to remain in the hospital for quite some time. Brownlee was still on the scene when officers arrived and was arrested on a complaint of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, police said. He was booked into the Denton County Jail on Sunday on charges on aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and deadly conduct discharging a firearm, jail records show. Now, I went and reviewed some of the videos on Dino and Zara's TikTok account, and I wanted to evaluate the state of their relationship based on their interactions from the videos. And I did indeed come to the same conclusions that a lot of people did, that he didn't like her very much. Let's take a look at a couple of their videos, and these 3 videos happen to be consecutive in the same day, and it just speaks to, you could say, a microcosm for the state of what their relationship actually was. You can gain a lot from these 3 videos that I'm about to show you. They're short clips, but pay attention to the way he interacts with her.
I just want to know, have y'all ever seen a girl look like this? Or these? Or these? Or these? You ever seen a girl look like this? Or these? Or this? Damn. Or these? You ain't never.
What you doing?
Put that up.
What is you doing?
Put that up. You ever seen a girl look like this?
Alright, bro, get the fuck out the car.
Or this? Or this? We outside today. Well, I'm with my man today, but I'm outside tomorrow.
You're gonna be put outside tomorrow too with all your clothes and everything else. Why do you have to do this shit? This
Do
shit
what?
annoying.
Do what?
Like, you wanna show your body and shit?
Look good?
You wanna show everybody?
Just mad because I look good? Ouch.
Now, really quick, I just want y'all to notice, in that video, y'all seen the 10 Glock that he shot her with in his pocket. And y'all also heard him cock the gun when he was telling her to stop, cut it out in front of the camera. That tells you a lot right there. Him saying, man, get the fuck out the way. And then pushing her. You guys can see that he gets irritated with her and he tries to maintain his cool, but he's very controlling and possessive. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a degree of possessiveness and controlling and territoriality that men will experience with their women, but it's the way we present it. It's the way we deliver it that makes a difference. And as you guys can see here, by the way he talks to her and the way he puts his hands on her, you can tell that they probably have physical altercations. They probably get into really heated arguments where they verbally disrespect each other and try to emotionally tear each other down and come to blows from time to time. Let's take a look at a couple more clips.
The stupidest fucking shit. This shit don't even look good right here. I can't even see you.
I don't want you.
I can't even see you.
Give it to me. I don't
Nah,
like
I can't see you.
I don't like how
Stand
mean
that
you
way.
are.
Now you want me to, now you sit over and talk about how mean. If you look at this video, get.
I don't want pictures.
Okay.
You just look so rough.
Stick top. I look rough.
Yeah.
Let me see this.
No, we're not.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see. I look rough.
Stop. I just got done screaming at you.
I look rough.
It's because we've been arguing.
Oh, we've been arguing, so you look like that.
Yes. Stop.
So arguments make you look like that.
Yes.
Your head look like a genome.
What the hell is that?
Look like a gnome. Them little things they use to scare the.
Like Romeo and Romeo and Juliet?
Nah, you look like a troll, actually. You know them little troll things with the hair?
Give my phone back.
That's what you look like.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it look
what
like,
you
it look like my precious. Man, it look like a Lord of the Rings character.
Give You know what I'm talking about.
Look at you.
Now, based on those videos, y'all can see that bro is a bully. In the first video, where they was at the sign on the highway, and she got upset, and she was like, "Why are you? I don't like how you're always mean to me." That tells you right there a lot about their interactions and their relationship. He seems very abrasive and insensitive, and he doesn't appear that he likes her very much. She's an attractive girl. I don't know. Clearly he has issues. He has anger issues if he shot his girlfriend above the eye. And then in the second video, we can see that he jokes with her, but he's using those jokes as a facade to express how he really feels, the anger and malice that he has towards her for whatever reason. And you can hear her say that it's because we've been arguing earlier. She even has a bruise on her arm, and I don't want to make an assumption and attribute that to him, or, you know, something that might have happened off camera before that video, them recording that video. But I will say it does make sense with him talking to her the way he does, and him being unafraid to cock a gun and push her on camera, that he's an abusive dude. I don't know how temperamental she is, and I don't absolve women of accountability when it comes to these kind of situations, because women do antagonize men, but I wasn't picking that up from her. The dynamic that I get from their interactions is that he's just an angry dude. He's just unhappy. He's just sociopathic. He has anger issues, and he needs some form of cognitive behavioral therapy or relationship counsel where he can get his emotions in check and try to figure out why he has this perception of his girlfriend and the mother of his kids. Nonetheless, do you know how insane you have to be to shoot your girlfriend and the mother of your kids? And these are the type of men that women will complain about. Now, don't get me wrong, they pick these men, but a lot of times they don't have any choice, because as you see, these two, they're a match made in heaven. Tatted up, he can barely articulate himself. He doesn't seem that intelligent, and she likes to use her body to get validation on social media. So typically, these are the prototypical couples that are a match made in heaven that you will see. The woman who's all tatted up, looks like she has daddy issues, maybe smokes marijuana, may have a substance abuse problem, and she gets with the narcissistic, controlling, aggressive, possessive, psychopath type dude. High in Machiavellianism, high in narcissism, and high in psychopathic traits. That's what it seems like to me. And I checked on her current condition. Couldn't really find anything, but from what I understand, she is still in critical condition, and she's fighting for her life if she hasn't passed away already. And that's super sad. The fact that you have couples out there like this, and they're supposed to be a popular TikTok couple, and when you look at their videos and examine their videos, you can see that they really genuinely, or at least on his behalf, doesn't like her very much. And she appears to respect him and allow him to take her phone and talk to her crazy. She kind of just brushes it off. She doesn't really take him serious, and that could be one of the catalysts for why he gets so upset, because he feels deeply towards some of the things that she does, such as showing her body off on social media, like in the first video I showed you guys where he pushed her out the way, and she was like, "You just mad because I look good?" And he pushed her because he's serious about the fact that you showing off your body to the world, and that pisses me off. I don't like that. And the fact that you're not responding with the same level of seriousness, you don't perceive it to be as serious as I'm interpreting it, is an issue. And honestly, that upsets any man. That upsets any man, for you as a woman to be doing something that he feels is disrespectful to him, and the woman brushes it off. That does upset any man. But still, as a guy, you got to maintain control. Can't put your hands on her. But hopefully she doesn't succumb to a gunshot wound, and I hope she pulls through. I hope she gets a restraining order on him, and I hope they never have to interact ever again outside of whatever the courts will allow them when it comes to their child. Now, I don't know how many of you know Bronny James, but Bronny James is the son of LeBron James. He's LeBron James Jr. He was the 55th pick in this year's 2024 NBA draft. And Bronny James has already got guaranteed money from the Lakers and has signed a 3 or 4 year contract. But he isn't living up to the hype. And that's not unexpected, because many people, including myself, didn't believe that he was ready for the NBA. But LeBron, having the power that he does, and the beautiful act that is nepotism, you know, allowing your family to prosper and allow them to benefit from the avenues that you've created for your family, He got a spot on the Lakers roster. He's on the Lakers roster. He's not getting cut. He will be on the Lakers roster for years to come because when LeBron James decides to retire, LeBron James Jr. will still be there to pick up the slack if he improves on his game. Now, the NBA Summer League is currently going on, and Bronny James is been atrocious. He has been absolutely terrible. And when I say terrible, this is what I'm talking about. Take a look at his stats through 4 games so far in the NBA Summer League. Now, as you can see here, Bronny James has had a terrible summer league. He's been absolutely horrific. Through 4 games, he's averaged 4.3 points a game, 3.8 rebounds, 1.3 steals, 1.5 assists, and he's 7 for 31 from the field, 23%, and an absolutely inanely 0 for 15 from the 3-point line. Now understand, Bronny James was like the 98th ranked prospect in this year's draft. There's only 60 picks, which means he was 38 picks beyond what the top 60 prospects were. And yet he somehow slid in there over the likes of my guy like Caleb Love, the Pac-12 Player of the Year, or over Boogie Ellis, USC's star shooting guard. He clearly didn't deserve the spot over a couple other potential NBA players, NBA prospects, but yet he got it because, of course, LeBron is his dad, and that's the level of power that LeBron James has, and I'm not opposed to that. I love the fact that he got Bronny James in the NBA, but now it's starting to show that he's actually not an NBA player because there are other rookies who are shooting the fucking lights out, and Bronny can't seem to put the ball in the basket to save his life. 0 for 15 from 3, and on his NBA draft combine day when they had to open 3-point shots out of 25, I think Bronny made more than 15, and it was impressive to NBA scouts at the fact that he could shoot at the NBA level from the 3-point line with the consistency that he did. It doesn't look like that in the games though. Here's his 3-point shot in the NBA Summer League on display. Take a look at that again. Here's another one. That was in the same game. That was yesterday against the Boston Celtics. 2 air balls. 1 air ball uncontested and the other one contested. 2 air balls from 2 different spots on the court. LeBron, I know it's difficult for you to hear, but your son needs to spend the next 2 years in the G League. The next 2. Unless y'all somehow, in some shape, form, or fashion, between now and the first day of preseason, gets this man 3,586 VC to increase his attributes in his passing, his hustle, his shot, and his slashing ability, the man needs 2 years in the G League. He ain't it. It was a waste of it was a waste of a draft pick, and everybody's saying that. And this is not coming from a place of hate on nepotism. It's coming from the reality that Bronny James is simply not an NBA level talent yet. The potential is still there, but he's simply not an NBA level talent yet. And apparently I'm not the only one who thinks so, because sitting courtside yesterday at the Lakers and Celtics game was NBA champion and 2024 NBA Finals MVP Jaylen Brown. And this is what he whispered to his girlfriend that they caught on camera. Now, for those of you who could read Jaylen Brown's lips in that really brief clip as he whispered to his girlfriend, Kysra Gondrezick, who is also a WNBA player as well. I think she was just waived. I'm not sure if she got picked up by anybody, but he whispered to her. He said to her, "I don't think Bronny's a pro." And she said, "Yeah, I think he'll be in the G League for sure." This was caught on camera. Unfortunate for Jaylen Brown, because what he wasn't aware of is that Trump is not the only one who has the Secret Service watching his every move. LeBron has his own Secret Service monitoring everything that anyone says about Bronny, making sure that they say the right thing at all times. So I'm assuming that when Jaylen Brown said this, LeBron sent the black SUVs after him. He sent the Secret Service after Jaylen Brown, and they told him a little something because he tweeted this not too long after. It's a flex to have your son alongside you in the NBA. It reflects greatness and longevity. Bronny has all the tools around him to be successful, and I look forward to watching his growth. That was Jaylen Brown's response. He tweeted that not too long after he was caught saying that he don't think Bronny James is a pro. So it's safe to assume that LeBron sent the black SUV to pull up on him, and they probably, kidnapped him, put him in the car, held a gun to his face, and told him, you were going to retract everything that you said. Or if you don't, at least say something positive about Bronny. When we let you out this vehicle, you better make sure you go tweet the most positive shit that you could possibly tweet about Bronny so I don't have to come for your ass ever again. I'm assuming that that's what they said. And then they tossed Jaylen Brown out on the concrete and they drove off. And next thing you know, we received that tweet on X from Jaylen Brown about Bronny James. But it's no secret and it's not hard to see. Bronny James is simply not a pro. He has a lot of work to do and he needs to keep working because he can't continue to have embarrassing nights day in and day out like this, especially in the NBA Summer League. Some people are saying, he's the 55th pick, but he got picked. He got picked and he's playing with fringe NBA players. There are players on these rosters who were the man in college but didn't get an NBA contract. He wasn't the man in college and he still got an NBA contract. And he's out here playing with these guys and he's supposed to be in better shape. He's supposed to be more athletically attuned. He's supposed to be operating on all cylinders when it comes to him out on the court with players that likely won't make an NBA roster, and yet he's struggling more than some of the players who still won't make an NBA roster, yet he has a guaranteed spot and a guaranteed contract. That does not bode well for his reputation or how other NBA players are going to perceive him, because a lot of players feel that they deserve the spot that he got. They put in more work and they've produced more on the court when they're out there playing than what he has shown, what he has demonstrated. And they have a fair point. They have an absolutely valid case. So LeBron better talk to him. LeBron better put something in his ear, light a fire under his ass, whatever he has to do, because at the end of the day, that is his seed and that is his reputation and his lineage that he would like Bronny James to live up to. He'll never be LeBron. That's obvious. That's apparent. But on the same token, he got to do better than what the fuck he doing. That's just the bottom line, point blank, period. Bronny James has to do better, and LeBron needs to have a pep talk with his son to get him to play better so that we can bet on this dude to get at least 10 or 15 points during the regular NBA season game, because I know I did. It came out on FanDuel. They had the Bronny James. Bronny James has his own section on FanDuel, and I literally betted on this man to get 15 points. It was like plus 500. They don't even believe in him. FanDuel don't even believe he can get 15 points at some point in the 82 season NBA season. 82 game NBA season. They don't even believe at some point he'll get 15 points. And I was disrespected by that. So Bronny, you need to get 15 points, bro, because I'm trying to win some money. Put some money on you and I'm expecting you to pull through. Now, y'all can call me an idiot or whatever y'all want to call me, but I think he'll catch fire at some point. I think he'll get it together maybe midway through the NBA season, when they bring him up from the G League and he gets some time out there and he's comfortable. I think he might get a game where he hits like 3 threes, maybe gets fouled twice and maybe like 2 layups and end up having like 16, 17 points, and that's my cash out right there. So I'm going to be looking forward to it, Bronny. You better put out. And now for my inclusive thoughts. Now I think DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is one of the stupidest and most inimical programs that America could have ever implemented into its system and its pursuit of equality of outcome, which will never be accomplished, by the way. I think it's one of the stupidest programs ever. And speaking to Trump's assassination attempt that occurred over the weekend is one of the reasons that highlights why I think it's one of the dumbest programs ever. What do you guys see in this picture? Other than its immaculate appearance that looks like it could be on display at the New York Museum of Art right there as the center masterpiece of the museum. What do you guys see? How about in this one? What do you guys see? What do you guys see in this picture? Now, at first, I thought the Secret Service was hiring cheerleaders, for moral support. I thought they were hiring women because Women motivate men. Women inspire men. You know, when a woman is around, men become more protective. They become more virile. They think they can take on a lion, a bear, pull the moon to them, tackle the sun. Women are very motivational and inspirational creatures when it comes to the level of masculinity that men demonstrate, that men display. Women give us superpowers. They make us feel like we can go Super Saiyan or some shit. That's just the reality of it. You put a woman around men, he becomes better in sports, he becomes bigger, he becomes stronger, faster, funnier. A whole bunch of things go on with men when women are present. They just elevate their game. They amplify their attributes. They intensify the levels in which they go hard under any given circumstance. And that's what I thought these women in these pictures, or that woman in these pictures with the Secret Service protecting Trump, that's what I thought they were for. I thought she was a cheerleader. But apparently I was wrong. She's actually a part of the Secret Service. And this is why I say DEI, which I'm reforming and relabeling from diversity, equity, and inclusion to death expeditiously imminent, because that's what is apparently going to be the case here. Why are women in the fucking Secret Service? What purpose could a woman serve? How is a woman going to be able to physically protect the more physically imposing sex of our species? In what area of law enforcement and authority does a man feel safe knowing a woman has his back physically or in the line of fire, in the heat of battle? Would you feel safe with a woman on your Secret Service team? Not to mention, when Trump got shot at and all the Secret Service guys were putting themselves in the line of fire, ready to risk their lives, she was chest level with Trump because Trump towers over her and she ducked. Trump could have easily, if the shooter hadn't been taken out, the shooter could have easily hit Trump in the forehead, between the eyes, or in his nasal bridge. Because that's what she left open. And then they're getting on the plane and she's ducking down. She's ducking down. You guys saw it. Saw it right there in the picture. What the fuck are women doing in the Secret Service? Are we really that pressed to have representation of all minority or oppressed groups in every single thing that there is in America, to where we're willing to compromise the overall competence and stability of the entire network because one individual or maybe a couple individuals undermines that competence by them being inferior in some shape, form, or fashion, or not living up to the standard that is required for those who qualify for those positions? That irks my soul. The Secret Service is the last place, the last job on earth that women should be doing. I'd rather women work on oil rigs. I'd rather them work on oil rigs. But protecting the most powerful person in the world, and you have a woman at the head of that protection, is a fucking joke. It's a Disney movie made real. It's DEI made real. It's a joke. Women don't belong in the Secret Service. Women don't belong in any positions where they would have to thwart a threat, deter an existential threat to someone as powerful as the president. Put themselves in the line of fire. Women aren't even wired that way. Women aren't even wired to want to sacrifice themselves due to the innate fact that they're the reproducing sex. They want nothing more than to protect themselves from whatever threat. They are willing to let a man die for them in a heartbeat. Because it's so intrinsic. Women almost have next to no desire to protect a man from a threat. So for women to voluntarily want to protect a man from a threat, you already know that the job is compromised. You already know you aren't going to get there. You already know that you aren't going to get their best. We know this. This is apparent. So I don't know what they're thinking, but at this point, we continue to be the laughing stock of the world. First with Kamala Harris, then Joe Biden. Now we realize we got a female head of Secret Service. We're the laughing stock. That's why a 20-year-old social outcast thought he could take out Trump, because he knew the woman was the head of Secret Service. He was like, I got a woman. I got a woman as the head of Secret Service. Oh, this is going to be easy. This is going to be a piece of cake. This going to be that's literally why he if there was a male head of the Secret Service, he would have realized, nah, that's a suicide mission. But because there was a woman, he was like, I'll take my chances. That's really what happened. Let's just call it what it is. That's what happened. Women don't need to be in the Secret Service. And that's my inclusive thought for today. Because women are the inferior sex physically. And they are incapable of protecting a man from another man. Yet, we want to continue to pretend as we try to push these egalitarian utopian narratives that men and women are equal and equally capable of carrying out the same acts. And that's going to be our downfall as a Western society. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next weekly dosage of Q-Pill. I'm Jaquan Davis, aka The Q-Pill. Over and out.